Hi, this is Rachelle at Scrapcraftastic, and today we're going to be working with some vellum and making vellum pockets. I have a few sheets of vellum here, and we're going to get started. This idea comes from Melina from Scrapbooking with Me. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so I will put all of the information in the description box below and link to the video. So this is letter size vellum, and I'll also put a link to the vellum that I use in the description box below. I'm cutting it in half, so I have 5.5 by 8.5 pieces. So I'm just going to take one of those pieces and I'm going to score it at 2¼ inches. And the vellum slips, so you have to make sure you hold it steady. It slips on the scoreboard. And then I'm going to score it at 6¼ inches. And I'm scoring on the long end. So now I'm going to fold my scores. And I tried doing this next part 2 different ways. You'll see the other way later in the video. But I am folding the scores. Now I'm going to score with the long edge at the top. I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. So that is it for the scoring for this one. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to trim off the small rectangles on either side. So on the left and the right, where I scored at 1/2 inch, it made 3 rectangular shapes. I'm going to cut off the one on both ends and leave the one in the middle. The one in the middle will be the tab that we use to close the pocket or to close the bottom of the pocket. So again, I'm just removing. So this is what you should have, the shape you should have. Now I'm going to take my corner rounder. You don't have to do this part. Melina did it in her video, so I'm doing it here as well. But I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper to round the corners of that bottom piece. That will be our tab to close the pocket. And I'm folding it up, just trimming off a little piece that I missed when I was cutting off the rectangular shapes, and folding everything to make sure it's all lined up nice and neat. So here I'm using 1/4 inch score tape to close up my pocket. So I'm going to put a piece on this bottom flap. And you could use wet glue. She used score tape in her tutorial, so I'm using score tape here. And also I'm not going all the way up to the top because I'm going to be cutting a finger punch up there. And it's not really necessary to go all the way to the bottom, as she explained, because the bottom tape is going to cover that section. So I tried to do exactly what she said. So I am closing the back of the pocket, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the backing on the double-sided tape or the score tape at the bottom and close that bottom flap. So we could leave it like this. We have a nice pocket, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it with a little finger pull, or I don't know what you call this, a thumb pull area. However, when I tried to punch it with my 1.5 inch circle punch, it did not go through. So here I'm taking a sticky note from Stickies and placing it right on the edge where I want to punch at. and I'm going to try again. I think the vellum was just not quite heavy enough for it to work, and it worked fine when I put the sticky note on there. So if you're punching, that's a little tip. Put a piece of paper behind where you're punching and it should work okay. So this is why I thought the pocket was an excellent idea. I have these stickers that I needed to put in something, and so they fit perfectly in the pocket. The pocket, once it's put together, measures 4 by 5 inches, and this pocket I made to go in the Ephemera storage folio. Yes, I am still working on it, but we are going to be wrapping this up soon. This is part of the final touches that I'm adding to it. If you haven't seen the series, I'll leave a link up in the iCard so you can check it out. So here I'm going to make one more, show you how to do this one more time. So I'm just putting my vellum on the scoreboard with the long end at the top, and I'm going to score at 2 1/4. This is very easy, and 6 1/4. And I'll be making more of these for a variety of things. Then I'm going to go ahead and score that 1/2 inch before I start folding. So I'm just going to score 1/2 inch down the long side of the vellum. Here I'm going to go ahead and fold my scores. Make sure everything is lined up neatly. And I'm going to cut out the 2 small rectangles on either side of the piece, leaving the tab in the middle intact. And it's a little hard to see the score line, so that's why I'm going ahead and folding this little piece so that I can see that line more clearly to make sure that I cut it in the right place. So that leaves the center tab, and I'm going to use the corner chomper to round the corners. And this time I had a little trouble with it. I don't know why. The way that the vellum has to fit into the corner chomper is a little different, so I had to take my scissors and finish the rounding. But the first time it worked fine, so I don't know why that happened. And you may not have a problem depending on what type of corner rounder you use. But here again, I am adding the 1/4 inch score tape down the back and then on the bottom flap. The next time I make these, I am going to try it out with wet glue and see how it goes. So I'm just burnishing down the tape and peeling off the backing for the back part of the pocket and then the bottom tab and folding it up. And I'm burnishing down, and I burnish to make sure it's adhered well. I'm going to use this scrap piece of notepad paper as I didn't want to use all my sticky notes, and punch the thumb punch or the finger pull area. And it worked great that time. And there we have a pocket. So I'm going to also add this one, the empty pocket, to the ephemera storage folio so that the recipient can add whatever she wants in that pocket. So this is what it looks like in the folio with the stickers in the folio as well. And that's it. Don't forget to check out the other videos in the series. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little gray bell so that you'll receive notification each time I upload a new video. Be sure to check the community tab and my stories for updates throughout the week. Also, check us out over at patreon.com patreon.com/Scrapcraftastic for exclusive content and digital downloads. You can find me across social media at Scrapcraftastic. Visit my website and shop at Scrapcraftastic.com. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.